And so Simon Cowell said no, and I did not get my golden ticket. And we are back with another episode. It is Friday for everybody listening, but to us it is not. Babe, what did we do today?
Today was exciting. We had a date. I love when we have day dates.
The dates.
The dates.
Yes.
The dates. I love when we have those because
I do too.
There's no kids.
Mm-hmm.
And we can feel like, you know.
For now, school is almost over, and then the dates will be staycation.
Yeah. with the baby.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
I love today. Today was great. We went, trying to find a place to eat sometimes is an issue.
All the couples out there, you know how it is. No matter if you're at home ordering from your phone, your cellular devices, or when you were out and about on walking around amongst the unwashed masses.
It's an issue every time.
Some of you probably can't even get out of your driveway before an argument happens, but we didn't have an argument. We both settled on, it was actually a surprise. I said, Lauren,
yep,
get in the car. We're going somewhere. I'm taking you somewhere to eat, and it's gonna be a good time. Which
I always can't stand.
Really?
When you do that.
So, what was your response? Do you remember?
Oh, I said, "Is it a barbecue place?"
You said, "I don't know why, but she doesn't like barbecue. It's a crime against humanity, and I will slap my wrist in honor of it." You said it better not be Joe's Barbecue, and I said, "Well, what about Barbecue Joe's?"
I said, if it's anything with I said it better not be a Jim, a Joe, a Jack, nobody's barbecue.
You said Jack, and I was like, believe it or not, there is a Jack Stack right next to where we're going.
I don't do well with surprises in any form. So like, don't do a birthday surprise. Don't do anything where it's like, I walk in and everyone is there.
But I can say this, when I surprise her with some sour gushers, she loves it.
That was good. Yeah. Candy for sure. That's why I love the way you did the proposal, not to bring it back to that. But yeah, I would have been really irritated if it was everyone that we know standing there.
I've got it live streaming and 800 people are viewing.
Look,
like and
everyone,
comment.
and I can see, it's just, I would be very stressed because now my mind's on all of that instead of what's going on.
I would be stressed too.
Because I'm not, it's hard for me to focus on, like, I don't do well with a bunch of stuff going on. Anyways, back to that.
Yes.
I don't like it, but for some reason you keep doing it.
I just think it's fun. Kind of keeps you guessing. And then when you arrive, it could be, if you have a low bar, then I exceed the expectations easily. But today I found a restaurant. I just had a speech impediment. I told you, and I was trying to be, when you hear the word food court, you usually think of a cafeteria. Well, so I said it's a high-end food court.
And I said, Well, so there's that.
It's a place called the Public Market. That doesn't probably do it any favors of how good it may sound. So we arrive. Beautiful area.
I was pleasantly surprised.
The grass is green. The people are nice.
Yes.
The parking is easy and accessible.
Parking is easy. Everything. I was
beep 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 into the spot.
Oh yeah. I was like, what are we backing up to? I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was great. So the only thing that jumbles my brain sometimes is if you have me in a moment where I'm about to get some carbs.
Yeah.
I'm locked in. I'm ready. I can taste the carbs and the cheese. And then you say, let's go somewhere else.
Well, I was reading the room. So we get into this place. Great. It looks great. I don't know if we just hit it at a bad time. It was 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. Probably. That sounds like the most awkward time to go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
And it just was stale. Cool spot. But it seemed like maybe they were in the midst of, let's say, good new ownership. And some of the restaurants were closing. Some were opening. But then the ones that were open looked like they were on their lunch break.
Right.
But there was one that caught our eye. It was a pizza spot. And it was kind of like a Subway style, but make your pizza.
You can't really go wrong with a pizza. So I figured this is the safest one out of everything in here.
Yep. And I don't know what it was, but I was kind of like, I feel like we're going to be disappointed with this pizza. So
really,
I quickly whipped out the phone and
the pictures looked amazing.
I found a place called Enjoy right across the street. It was a 4-minute walk.
Yeah.
The three of us, you, me, and the babe, went on the date, and we walked over to Enjoy. And
I feel like I was not, I'm going to be honest, I was judging it off of just physically seeing it. It reminded me of LA. Whenever you look at the menu and everything has a vegan or gluten-free next to it, all the way down. Every item has that.
I want the M next to it. Meat. Give me the M.
Give me the goodies. So I was like, oh great, we're gonna pay one of these and one of these and be hungry as we leave.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I was judging it. I'm not gonna lie.
Really nice people. The woman
really
that was
nice.
there working.
You think she owns?
She gave off owner vibes.
She gave me owner vibes. Because she was, how dare you say ownership. It might not be.
And also too, just a kind person. We
Very
got
sweet.
Some sparkling water. It was kind of just a fizz of sparkle.
Company, stop calling your drinks sparkling water if there's barely
twinkling water.
If I'm not gasping for air, possibly like
the burps should follow the first guzzle.
then I don't think you should consider you're not a part of the sparkling family. Sorry, I'm adjusting. Sorry, guys.
So we ordered bruschetta. I ordered a chicken parm, and you got a
warm bowl.
A warm bowl.
Yeah.
With chives, broccoli,
quinoa,
kale,
miso.
Every green thing you could imagine that's healthy was in it, with some little raisin things.
Yeah, beets and stuff.
We have this thing, and I enjoy it. We go to restaurants and we get bruschetta. Anytime there's bruschetta on the menu, and it's typically an Italian spot.
Right.
I don't know how it started, how it evolved, but it got wings. It flew away.
The bruschetta thing.
Yes. And so we started getting bruschetta. It's just our thing. Even if we're not
I love
in the mood.
bruschetta. It's because it's one of those things where it's really hard to mess up. It's usually pretty tasty every time. So when you do mess up, it's a epic fail.
And the great thing about bruschetta is we have learned, but it's very simple, but there's a spectrum of the ways it could be made, designed, and curated to your table.
You can have too much vinegary things going on there. Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think our first fight was in the midst of a bruschetta battle.
A bruschetta fight. We got
in Vegas.
That's so true. That is so funny.
It was our first fight, and it was over bruschetta.
Yeah.
And it was that bad.
We were fighting over that.
I don't think we understood that bruschetta could be that bad. It was a very bizarre texture. I remember
it was very cold.
Ice cold.
Ice cold. It was blended. I don't know. Anyways, long story short, this place had a bruschetta. Okay, so mind you, if bruschetta, like we just said, have gotten us into a fight, it's a big deal for us. So I see the man walking over, and I'm like, this better rock my world.
Yeah. It was some of the most incredible bruschetta I've ever had in my life.
Incredible.
But the unfortunate thing was when he was bringing the plate over, I could, when people like are in a movie and they're carrying something, you can kind of tell, is there really something in that? When he was bringing the plate over, I was like, that seems like a very light
It almost flew out of his hands. He picked it up.
He places it on the table, and I'm going to put a picture up. It had looked like he gave us an extra large plate for micro bruschetta.
Yeah, I was very irritated at that because my thing is this. There's 2 of us, 3 bruschetta. And
for those who don't know what bruschetta is, and if you haven't looked it up, it's a
cracker bread.
They're going to say Cracker Barrel. It was a piece of bread that is typically of the consistency of a cracker, and it's got generally some greenery, maybe basil.
It has basil.
Maybe feta cheese, maybe blue cheese,
maybe mozzarella
goat
cheese.
Maybe a little.
There's a cheese of some
feta.
kind.
Today
was a goat cheese.
Tomatoes.
And the tomatoes.
Maybe some sort of drizzle of a secret sauce.
Balsamic vinaigrette, some kind of glaze-ish.
I thought it was Sunday. We were taking communion.
Yeah. That's about all
The wine was included over the drizzle.
So I'm not trying to be a brat, and I said, how much was this?
Yeah.
It was to the point I said, did he snag two on the way bringing
it
it over here?
ended up being about $3 a bite.
This was insane. 3? I said, so do we dogfight for the last one? What sense does that make?
My thing is, I've had a lot of restaurants. I've had a lot of appetizers, believe it or not. Applebee's half price apps after 9. Had a lot of those. They don't have bruschetta. But typically when you order appetizer, there's well and above more than 3 items on the plate. Unless it's like you're getting sliders.
I don't think they thought that one through very well. I feel like this place is very, very new.
Yeah.
Looks very new.
Or
they didn't think that through too well because let's say there's 4 people sitting. 3 is not the option. You need to have an even number or there's going to be a problem.
My theory is that they just give you little crumbs so you come back. I'm coming back. I'm getting a second one. I'm getting
wicked.
To the point where when we were sitting there, I was like, they need to have some sort of punch card system. And I want my punch card to be shaped like bruschetta. And instead of punches, it is stickers of cheese and tomatoes. So if I get 5 tomatoes, I get a free one. I just felt,
for me, it was kind of like, I felt like when we got to the last cracker, we gave each other that look like, it's like, so who's going to pull first? Yeah, I was like, what is that? Are we going to divorce over bruschetta because this guy brought us 3? 3 was just such an odd number.
The great thing about bruschetta is, I can say this, they are small, but they're towering. Like, you are juggling it to get it into your mouth.
I want to go.
So we were just like, oh, like we'll cut it in half, and I was like, I think it's honestly just gonna be easier if I just bite it and hand it to you over.
Yeah, because it's not even one of those things that you can cut down. It's like we have to really make this work.
Maybe I just thought of this new theory. So much falls off that they should have a 4th piece of the cracker bread,
so that there's just
and then the droppings. You make your 4th.
The place was tasty. I won't take that away from them. I was actually shocked because I was like, anytime it's that healthy, you're leaving feeling good about yourself, but like irritated. You know, I'm hungry, but okay, I don't feel like sluggish and sleepy. But you guys had me with the bruschetta. That wasn't it.
Sorry to back it up one more time, but you've seen The Office?
Of course.
There was and it's a very obscure, deep cut reference, but Kevin, kind of heavy set dude,
right?
He has this little bit where he's like, I think he calls it like a free burger, where every time he orders a burger, he takes one of the condiments off and like puts it aside, and just each time he orders the burger. So then, a week later, he's taken so many off each time that he has a free burger.
That is disgusting.
So that's what maybe we need to do. We don't eat out a ton, but whenever we do, I have cheap taste buds. We've mentioned that. I like all food. I'm not going to complain. This meal, almost every bite, I was like, this is good.
Yeah.
This is very good. Or to the point where that was almost the only conversation we had, just back and forth. This is good.
That's how you know it's really good, when you're just not talking.
Yeah.
I don't think we really had a conversation.
No, we were just scarfing it down.
That's crazy. We didn't talk.
Did we talk?
No.
I'm actually trying to think.
We just kept saying, this is really good. Yeah. I think I said at one point, I wish I had a spoon so I can really give it a go.
Yep. Oh, I know you are just at the edge of your seat talking about bruschetta at this point, but whenever we left, there was someone else that had bruschetta on their table, and
you best believe we were
eyeing it like, is there 3 or 4? Did they mess up our plate?
Oh, if I walked by and she had 4 to 5 pieces,
you better hope she's a
Can
manager.
I speak to your manager? Yeah.
I don't know what I would have thought.
You know what I would have thought.
Moving on. Fun fact. I actually worked at a restaurant one time. I worked at Chick-fil-A. I also worked at Pizza Hut for a day. I don't think you ever knew that.
I need details. Why a day?
I worked at Pizza Hut for one day. I was very excited for this job. I don't know why, but I was I don't know, high school-ish. And I just thought it would have been fun to just drive around throwing pizzas at people. And just being able to have like the flexibility of listening to music and podcasts and stuff. Well, upon my dad hearing about it, he was like, I don't want you driving your car because if you get in a wreck while you're delivering pizzas, like that's a lot of wear and tear, insurance claims. So called Pizza Hut. I might even still have a name tag from them. I told him, sorry, I'm not taking the job.
Were you bummed?
Not really. I think I just kept working at IV in the meantime.
What was the Chick-fil-A issue?
Chick-fil-A? No, there wasn't really an issue at Chick-fil-A. I enjoyed it. I just worked there for a summer. At the time, I was working at FedEx. Chick-fil-A, I think a bug just flew in my mouth.
Really?
Something happened. Chick-fil-A, FedEx, and I was also doing my basketball
at the same time.
At the same time, yeah. It was during the summer.
Wow.
And I think I was mowing lawns. What just got in my? It's a bug.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What kind? Gnat?
I think it was an ant. I don't know.
I would have died. Chick-fil-A, that's pretty crazy. I've worked at a restaurant. It was called Antojitos. It was a Mexican restaurant at Universal Studios Hollywood. The thing about Antojitos is the people were great. The customers were absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm.
I think people, I get it. You guys go out, you're hungry, you're excited. It's like you're at Universal, whatever. But there's just some things that people do that really, really grind waiters and bussers' gears. Like you guys have no clue. It's something that you wouldn't know unless you are actually doing it or you're actually in it. I made a list.
Oh, wow. You came prepared.
I came prepared. Ready?
And coming from you,
I know.
I'm usually the one preparing
I usually
for the
have
podcast.
because I feel like I need to educate the people.
Okay. Educate them.
All right. When you guys come in, we give you the straws, correct?
Yes.
The little paper around the straws.
Sometimes you give them to us.
I know they're so bad about that. Please stop tearing them apart, making them into confetti. It's everywhere.
They starting a fire.
Yeah,
with
the little when you roll them up into the ball, and you guys don't care about them. They go on the floor, whatever. That still has to be picked up by someone.
Yeah,
such a nightmare. Let a little water get on it. It's annoying to pick up. People are just careless. They're bored. They're waiting for their food. I get it. Also, please don't pre-bus your table.
Really?
Yeah.
What if I was a previous busser and I know the ins and outs?
Then you can.
Okay. I've got to be a busboy, an ex-busboy vet.
And if you have the urge and you're like, I just feel like I want to help. This looks so crazy. Just don't put the forks on the plate.
Oh, no. They go in the cups.
People put them on the plate, and then when you go to pick up the thing,
right.
And when those hit the ground, I don't know why it sounds like a bullet's going off. It's so loud. Everybody's looking.
Tell me the protocol. Whenever you're getting to the table, what are you analyzing first? What are you bussing?
Oh, it depends, because certain places are very strict. They they like the look of things. I feel like.
But sorry to cut you off. But what's the technique? How are we carrying?
You got to start with the plates.
Plates. Okay.
Sometimes like places don't want you to have the bus tubs. Have you ever seen people with a tub?
Those things are filthy.
I know, but you can carry so much. You can carry 3 tables in that thing.
Really?
Yeah. So the places that just want the little saucer,
okay,
they're doing that so it looks good to you guys, but that is a nightmare. That is just that thing cannot wait to hit the ground.
So the process of elimination, what are we doing? We're throwing.
I say plates first.
Plates in the tub.
If you have the tub,
are we scraping things off the plate? Is it just plates are just getting chucked into the tub?
Stack the plates.
Speaking of, we went to a restaurant called In a Tub. Taco in a Tub? No, it was just called In a Tub Taco.
Delicious.
So good.
So
anyways,
good.
Continue.
Yeah.
After the plates, what are we throwing in?
Like I said, it depends on the restaurant, because some managers are really weird.
Antojitos.
They were being weird.
What's after the plates?
She's like, I don't like the look of having the plate. I would put the plates, then the cups on the side of it, then the little forks in the middle, and carry it back.
Right.
No, she wants 3 trips to the same table so it could look good to the customer that it's on this little tiny saucer. You could have 3 tables done.
So not a tub, a saucer?
Yeah. You know, have you ever seen them with like the little something you could hold a pizza on?
Just like the
flat circular
tray.
Imagine you have to put 8 cups on that. Different levels of water.
That's wild.
So it's like not balancing well, and they're like, need the table, somebody's waiting.
I would think with the tub, you would just all hands on deck. We're just tossing things in there,
right?
Because
you can crank it
concealed.
out, and you could do 3.
You got the edges, you can't really.
Oh, do you know how heartbroken I was when I went to California Chicken Cafe and they had a cart? They had a cart with 3 tubs on it, and they were pushing it around.
Mexican restaurants, they have carts they push to your
that's what I'm
table,
saying. Yes.
but they make you fresh guac.
Well, that's like if you're getting guac. So imagine that a cart like that, but there's 3 different.
Right.
Dream. These are things. Dream on. That was a dream. Anyways, don't pre-bus, you guys. You're just making it more chaotic for the
Unless
person.
you're an ex-bus vet.
Right. Then you can tell, like, oh, you've done this.
I do know utensils in the cups because it's easy to carry and all that.
It's like yes and no. Just let them do it. They have a method.
Someone asking for a to-go cup. That's got to be like a.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
That's annoying because you have to understand this person has 4 tables on their brain that are asking for like little detailed things within each table. That's another thing. If you're going to order your food, just ask for the sauce right then. Don't wait till the girl goes put your order and come back. Oh, actually, can I get some extra ketchup or some extra salsa? No, just add it on to whatever you're doing so we can just. It's the more back and forth you have this person doing, it's so stressful.
I know we're talking about you cleaning a table, but what about you as a customer? You go to a restaurant and sit down. Do you like it when you get a to-go box, but they're like, no, like I'll take your plate wherever. I don't know where they're going with my plate. And they're like, I'm going to put it in the to-go container for you.
If I'm a customer?
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable. No, I got it.
Yeah.
I don't want you doing that.
Because unless it's
don't trust. I've worked with grimy people that might like snatch a fry as their
I've ate at like very fancy restaurants. Those I would be like, yeah,
for sure.
And then they'll take it away, and as you leave, it's sitting there like at the front. You give them your little.
That's
number.
really cool.
It's like valet for food. But no, something about that. Like I like.
I wouldn't
gesture.
do it, guys. I would not do it.
Yeah,
especially if you've had like a tiff with one of them.
Yeah, if they do it on spot.
Yeah, at your table, fine. But then I still feel weird. Like I feel bad. Like I'm not an infant. I can scoop it in there or whatever. But it just that's a manager thing. Sometimes managers are very extra and they push for that because they think you're going to tip more because you're having this like superstar service. But just go away so we can continue our conversation.
The more I think about it, no, I don't want you, whether you're taking it away to a hidden back room behind the barn, that's weird. Scooping it into a styrofoam container.
I wouldn't do it.
Or at the table, because the more I think about it, it's like I've got a 55-year-old man scooping my half-eaten mashed
he's throwing a
potatoes
fry back.
Into a container. And
he's throwing a chip back. Something's getting ate. Don't.
Anything left on the list?
I have 2 more things.
Oh, wow.
Ice is unnecessary.
Okay.
Just don't get ice. This is all like
is this customer
I'm giving you guys
facing,
like
or
if you guys are you guys are going there to sit down to eat. Yeah. These are the gems that I'm trying to help you not be annoying to the person. You don't need ice. More drink for you, and it comes out cold from the machine anyways.
I don't know. It was probably 8 to 10 years ago. I made that discovery that it's very drinkable.
It's very cold when it comes
out.
Yeah, that whole thing is like freezing back there.
And it's watered down. And
the ice machine is scary.
I need to look that up maybe for next episode, but I've heard some horrific
I've seen it with my own eyes and I was like, I will never ever again. I've seen mold in ice machines where they're hurry up, scrub it off. The health person's here. Black mold.
I can't say this. Chick-fil-A, they run a tight ship. Every restaurant or food industry that I've ever worked in or around, I would never even. I would never. I would never. I don't even have to
would
add
you
it.
never?
I would. I would never. That's a deep cut from I don't know, episode 4.
Ronnie Baby.
Listen. Anyways, but where was I going? Chick-fil-A. I would
eat off the floor.
I would eat
there.
off the floor in the back room because they are the moment you, at Chick-fil-A they have those. They're not revolving doors, but like push doors. The moment you, where's your apron? Where's your hairnet?
Oh,
are you washing your hands?
That is one thing I will
wash your hands,
say.
put your gloves on, and then wash your hands with gloves on. Type business.
I will say that they're pretty on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Only thing is when I saw them cook the stuff, because my particular restaurant cooked everything from scratch. The amount of salt and seasoning. Salt.
Okay.
Seasonings. To get things to taste that good to where you're not really asking for salt and pepper. Have you noticed like some places it's just good as it comes out?
Right.
You're not adding stuff. At home, we're like giving it a go. We're trying to figure out these flavors.
Yes.
I was like, so someone's going to die then. Mm-hmm. This is way
Did you say
too
it
much.
was you or your dad that just loves just throwing the salt?
My dad and my mom.
Mm-hmm.
All old people love that.
Something about salt on green beans. Is good.
I'm not a green bean girl.
Okay. Corn on the cob, salt, pepper, butter.
Bomb.
Maybe some spice, some sort of.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. But yes, so that's what I will say. Ice is unnecessary. My last one, please stop letting these little babies order their food. I know you want them to feel grown and you want them to feel like they're involved. It's annoying and it's taking a long time. And I have Miss Ma'am over here bugging me for sauce. So hurry up.
Right.
I want we know you want a chicken nugget. That's all you guys eat.
There are 4 things on the kids menu.
That's
What
all
do
you guys
want?
eat. Yeah, the pizza, the chicken nuggets, the quesadilla. What's up?
I always love
stop doing
restaurants that always have like kid names for the nuggets or something. It's like, I don't know. I know at Texas Roadhouse they call them chicken critters.
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute when I don't know. It's just stuff like that. Working in a restaurant, please don't be annoying. Just do that. I was a runner when I first started. Thought it would be easy. I don't have to cook the food. I don't have to take the orders. It comes right there. It says the table and I take it. That part is the most stressful part, more than taking the order, more than anything. That was the worst position that you can pick because I didn't realize they're cooking it out of order. And I said, that doesn't make
order of operations.
So that doesn't make any sense. Why would you
math.
start this thing when the other stuff for that table is nowhere close to getting made? So now this is going to get cold. And then, so you're like stressed the whole time. Everybody, there's tables that are very picky. We all want to eat together. Do not bring it out. It's different. That's like, oh. So I thought it would be smart. I brought highlighters to work. This is not something somebody told me to do, but I said, this makes sense because it's me and 2 other people. Somebody's running something out. Food's flying out. So you're just kind of like,
and
what is that?
My
Did
chicken
you
now tastes like highlighter. Why is my chicken pink? It's cooked, but it's pink.
That is not. It was a great idea, and my manager was being a hater because she was built like Tarzan. No, a Tasmanian devil. Anyways, so the paper comes out.
Are you crying?
That was funny. The paper comes out, and it's under each food.
Yeah.
So if you're taking something out, just mark it. So if I see it's highlighted, okay, that one's already gone to that table. What's left?
One thing that I've seen, I'm still laughing about that. I thought with receipts, you all right?
Yeah.
I thought with receipts you could just use your nail and kind of like mark it.
But then I'm marking my nail and taking. Yeah, I don't know. It just it'll break the glove.
My chicken tastes like
you have
receipts.
to have gloves on. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I don't know. She was being a hater. I thought that would have been easier. But no, the person that brings it to your table, if they're not the one that took your order, they're usually runners. Those poor babies are stressed. It's a lot.
Back to the restaurant industry. And by bringing it back, we're still talking about it.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a method of knowing like table Q4?
Every table was numbered.
Blue light.
The cages. We had some that like,
the
you know.
Cages? What kind of restaurant is this?
Well, it looked like you were in a cage. It was like the booth.
Oh,
you know, everybody wants the cage. Everybody loves booths. But those...
The cage, it was like, I remember it now. It's like you are eating in some sort of cage thing that would be next to a poolside.
Yeah, it looked like a little hut.
Yeah.
Everybody loved those.
But did you guys have any other methods of like, or did you just say, hey, you know, tall guy, brown hair?
No, they were all
orange
numbered.
coat?
They were all numbered, but sometimes, you know.
Because I know at Chick-fil-A, they've developed a lot of different systems at Chick-fil-A. They used to just have, you know, your name or your number.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have like these plastic cone-like structures that they hand you, typically with the sauce in it. Sanitary-wise, I don't know how I feel about that. But they will be like different colors, orange, purple, green, blue. You all know colors. And they will also have like a food item on it, like Chick-fil-A nuggets, chicken sandwich, fries. So it'll be like, you know, the ticket will say orange fry or purple nugget.
That's confusing.
Yeah. It's very interesting. I think, yeah.
It's always someone trying to feel like they're so amazing at like finding something new, which I thought I was doing with the highlighters, but somebody was hating on me because everybody loved it. They're like, oh, this is lit up. Fine. We're done. This is all highlighted. They crumble it, throw it away, and we're moving on.
Yeah.
I don't know. The highlighters just seem a bit, you know. A bit what? Because they're working and you're being extra. You're sitting back here eating all the food instead of really seeing how difficult this is. Speaking of something so funny, you know what my dad told me? He was like, not that this matters to you. And I'm like, oh, what's up? He's like, this man is insane. Do you know if you wear pigtails to work, you'll make 10 times more tips? I was like, huh? It worked. I told all the girls in the back room, I said, my dad told me he read an article online that women that were wearing pigtails to work make 10 times more tips.
Really?
And they're like, let's test this out. Everybody did their hair in pigtails.
Soon enough, Gerald and Greg are growing pigtails.
What do you mean? Some of our bartenders, you know, they did that too. But yeah, everybody, it worked.
Huh.
Yeah, it shows how.
What is he researching?
You know how it's on like the little Yahoo. You just go to your Yahoo. I don't know. I know. What's up? Ronnie, baby, what's up?
Hairstyle trends today.
Did you know? I think it had came up because I don't know.
That's funny.
Yeah. It worked though.
Well, so we talked about our day and food. This is the food podcast now. I thought it'd be fun, or you know, for our listeners to participate.
Okay.
Our top 3 fries and our bottom 3 fries.
Okay.
French fries, that is.
Yeah.
Going from my third favorite, we're jumping right in.
Let me think.
I'm going with Five Guys.
Five Guys.
I know a lot of people out there may have just went, oh, like it should have been higher.
Favorite?
But there's also people that are saying, are you kidding?
I'm saying, are you kidding?
I think they're great.
I think the flavor's good, but the texture is...
Really?
Yeah, they're a step away from being mashed potatoes. They're so soft.
Yeah, they are. They're very limp.
There you go.
I can say this. They could maybe be higher, but the presentation is... When they hand them to you, if you don't put your hand under the bag, they might just fall through the grease. You would think they were someone's leftovers.
Yeah.
But they're good. Mm-hmm. And I enjoy them.
Yeah, I feel like they would be higher for me if you were able to pick it up and it stayed up.
Right.
So.
Okay.
A little too soft.
Do you have a third, or do you want me to go?
French fry. Why would I keep looking over here? French fry, one of my third favorite, In-N-Out.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm an LA gal.
Do you do anything to it?
Nope.
Just ketchup or salt?
No, just go for it. I mean,
really?
the salt that naturally comes on it.
In-N-Out,
it goes well with the burger.
They do have animal style
Yeah,
fries.
but I don't like that like mayo-y stuff they put on
They
top.
put like cheese. It's
Thou-
been quite
is
a
it
while.
Thousand Island?
Island, I believe, and onion.
Grilled onions,
Grilled
is
onions. It's pretty good.
it?
Number 2. Where am I looking? So this one has a caveat. It's Red Robin. Have you ever had Red Robin?
Those are good.
So some of the key factors to this is, one, they are always piping.
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 Is this a Spanish restaurant now? Where are we at?
No.
Piping. Piping.
No, I was trying to do the
From the song?
Leon
Thompson? Thomas? Is it Leon
What is his
Thomas?
name? Anyways.
Piping.
Piping. They're so hot every time I get them. Extremely hot.
So I've only been there twice.
We're gonna make that a third time sometime soon.
Yeah, just because where I lived, it was very far. Can't go wrong with that seasoning.
The seasoning is good. They're always piping hot. But also, do you remember the most key factor of them all?
No.
They are unlimited.
Are they? Stop. Well,
Red
guess
Robin
we're going there.
fries, unlimited. I'm copywriting that right now.
You can't.
That
That's
should've been-
wicked.
Well, for them to use it in a commercial, I'm copywriting that idea.
Wait, are you kidding me? They're unlimited?
They're bottomless.
Okay, well, guess what, kids? I know where we're going for dinner. We're going to order one meal.
We are eating.
and we're going to keep
Is
it
it
going with the
starch?
fries. Starchy carbs.
We are eating so much
Their
starch.
favorite.
But also, I could go on and on
Are
about.
they really? But do they give you so
Yes.
much the first go that you're just so full that you're over it?
So, as time goes on, the quantity starts to dwindle to where next thing you know, they're just bringing you one single fry.
Oh, they give you less and less.
Not to that, but they start to kind of dwindle. The first is a pretty heavy batch, and then it kind of slowly dwindles. But also, too, their campfire sauce, the CAMPFIRESONG sauce, is so good.
Is it a mayo base?
I don't think so. I don't even know really how to describe it. It's like a barbecue ranch.
Ooh.
Very good. Very good.
She's like yelling at me. Okay, so my number 2, because obviously I haven't been around enough. I like the curly fry at Jack in the Box, and I'm very new to it. What?
I don't think someone saying that top 2 or favorite or even top 5 has ever came out of someone's mouth about anything.
Well, they're
at
new.
Jack in the
They're
Box.
new to me,
Wow.
and they're
Okay.
incredible.
Jack in the Box.
Yeah,
I didn't even know they had curly fries.
they do.
I thought you were going to say curly fries from Arby's. Have you had those?
Mm-mm.
Have you been to Arby's?
It's gross.
What? Okay. Well, we got to at least get their Jamocha shakes and curly fries. Their Arby's sauce is really good too. It's probably one of the
What?
most unique sauces.
How are they still open?
I don't know. Have you ever
There's nobody in the drive-through. Nobody's inside.
have you ever in your entire life heard a friend be like, "Boy, that Arby's was good." Like, do you want to go to Arby's?
That is crazy. Maybe the commercials is keeping them alive.
They do have good commercials. I don't know. Maybe they've just perfected like having a very uniquely catered menu. Because like a lot of the things there, you're not like McDonald's doesn't have. What's the roast beef? Roast beef isn't popularized anywhere. Curly fries aren't really popularized anywhere.
They're so good though.
They also have my dad. Man, he loved. They have. I feel like it's something you probably like. You guys have the same taste buds. It's kind of scary. I think they're called potato cakes, and it's kind of like a. What do you call those
like
things?
a pot pie?
No, a pot pie.
I don't know. Sounds like something in the same family.
What do you? potato cake and a pot pie. What do you call those things from McDonald's breakfast? That
hash brown.
Hash brown. It's kind of like a thick hash brown, real thick hash brown, but it looks like a paper football shape. It's like a triangle.
Oh, that kind of, yeah. Okay, what's your number 2?
Red Robin, dear.
Oh, what's your number 1? Oh, we could
3,
say 2, 1, McDonald's.
If you haven't had McDonald's fries, you haven't been born yet.
Yeah, I don't think you've been born.
They're so good.
So good.
I can also say this, McDonald's fries, they're the one of the few that even if they're cold, hot, you know, old,
reheated,
I don't know, reheated is
you'll still give it a go.
Stepping a little too far.
You'll still give it a go.
They're just so good. They've done some sort of magical McDonald's dust over them.
Sorcery for sure.
They're a little magical. They're a little mystical.
You make me want to go get one right now. Have you dipped one in their soft serve ice cream? It tastes like a chocolate chip cookie.
No, because the two of those being able to have eligibility at night is almost impossible because their ice cream is always
the next time
closed.
You guys go out there, everyone, if you go to McDonald's at night or anytime, get a fry, get a cone, take a fry, dip it in the vanilla cone, and eat it.
I've heard people definitely talking about that with Wendy's at the Frosty, and I think they even do like commercials on that, kind of plug it.
Gotta do the McDonald's.
Yeah, something about McDonald's, man. And if they're hot,
you know you can get them hot every time.
No ketchup needed. Just
you know that, right?
You just ask.
You just say, "Oh, like no salt."
Wait. Oh, no salt.
Oh, so they have to make a fresh batch.
Wow.
And then you just ask for packets of salt.
They're probably like this idiot.
They throw them at you at the window. Get out.
I've been assaulted. 911. I've been assaulted. What happened, sir? They literally threw salt at me.
What'd you do?
I said no salt. I asked for salt.
They're like, we're coming to get you.
They're like, sir, it sounds like you asked to be assaulted.
Yeah, no, we're actually coming to get you. Why would you order that? Even we know don't do that.
Oh, man. I can tell you this, babe. Like most people, they enjoy making people laugh. Mm-hmm. But when you are belly laughing and making the belly, especially right now with the baby, it's something magical. But also making you like laugh and cry laugh is one of my greatest accomplishments.
Say the stupidest things, and I'm like, I don't know how you're so quick with it. It would take me a week to get to that. Okay, well, we both have the same number 1.
Yes, our bottom.
Let's rip through these bottoms because we have been talking about food.
Okay, bottom 3 fries. My third least. That's trippy. Not my worst.
Go from top to bottom. So we're gonna start it.
We're starting.
This is bad. This is grim. You know.
Okay. Mm-hmm. The grim radar.
No. Don't go from the worst one. Like go to like it's bad. Yeah.
Level
1.
You don't want to be 1. We're at level 3.
Okay. Go for it.
I need to write this out. Cane's. And I hate to say it because Cane's is probably one of my favorite restaurants. When it comes to fast food, it's easily up there.
The only thing keeping those doors open is the lemonade and the bread. Let's be real.
Keeping it open? Mm-hmm. No, the chicken, the sauce, the
chicken needs a little.
The sauce is
little salt.
Unparalleled. What is it? You add Louisiana hot sauce. I put you on that.
That was
Louisiana hot sauce in the cane sauce. You stir it around. You got it.
We were in Vegas and
so good.
I can't even believe we waited till we got all the way back to the hotel to even try that out.
But yeah, Cane's, everything about you. I love aesthetics, the seats, the music, the atmosphere, the swag. But your fries just brings me back to 4th grade lunch period.
Yeah. Just, oh my goodness. They're the same.
Yes.
He cut a deal. He said, listen, stop off at the school and then stop off here.
The plainest fry you could ever imagine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Would that be ghetto? Yes, it would. Moving on.
Bring your own fries.
No, I was going to bring some of Lowry's and sprinkle.
But no, the only way you can get through their fries is just lather them up with sauce.
Cane's is mine too.
Really?
Well, so
there we go.
let's move on.
Moving on.
What's your second?
Everyone I say, you're just like, wow, that was mine too.
What's your second worst?
Wendy's.
What? Same.
Really?
Yes.
Stop.
I'm serious. You suck.
The reason being,
it's a potato. It's so dense in the middle. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They're all potatoes, but you know what I mean?
What are we even saying?
They're just so thick, and in the middle it's just like raw potato.
No, my my potato with Wendy's is I have never experienced a good one. Mm-hmm. They're brown. It's like they haven't changed the oil since Miss Wendy started.
Since Miss Wendy was there. Yeah.
It's 50 shades of oil. They're crunchy. They're nubs.
But you still put them down every time you go, right?
I paid for them, so I'm committed at that point. But I imagine there's somebody somewhere that loves Wendy's fries and they've somehow found a way to get them. Maybe you have to say no salt.
I've never had their burgers.
Really? Yeah, we had the Krabby Patty.
But the meat was square, right? That was my first one. What's with the square meat? It throws my brain off.
Man.
Square meat?
I'm sounding like my dad when I say this, but because I'm usually I'm powering through any type of meal. I don't care what it is.
I can't. If it's not.
The last time we ate at Wendy's.
The Krabby Patty was bad, huh?
Everything about that experience just...
You kept such a brave, wonderful face for Ember because she really is obsessed with SpongeBob, and that was like...
When you are complimenting the soda, you know it's a bad meal. Like, wow, like this Coke is pretty good.
Dang, I didn't know you hated it that bad.
It was, and yeah, when I think I told you when we got back to the car and it was like 8 degrees on top of that. Ugh. And I think I was just like, I don't think I will ever eat at another Wendy's establishment in the rest of my life. And I'm fine with that.
It's not a big thing to me.
I don't know. But the Frosties, I'll do that.
But if I had to choose between that Frosty and then going slightly further down the street to Freddy's, I'm getting a custard.
But chocolate Frosties and the other spectrum that is very good, the complete opposite, polar opposite, their chili is
I've never had it.
Unbelievable.
Never had it.
We will have it sometime.
It's just straight chili?
So good.
Huh.
Yes. But it is probably some of the best chili I've ever had in my life.
Really?
Yes. I might sometimes churches do like chili cook-offs.
Mm-hmm. You're just going to go get a bunch of that?
I might just get some of that and just be like, here's mine.
And they're going to say, sir, did you get this from Wendy's?
Yes. And you all gave me my ribbon. It's number 1.
Really? At church? You're going to lie?
No, I'll tell them it's Wendy. My number 1 least favorite fry, and this is sad to say, but In-N-Out. And I know it was on your top 3. Their animal style is edible, but their regular fries are you might as well be eating the container that they come in. They're the most bland.
Because they're the freshest. You can see them cutting it in the window.
But why is it there's no juice, there's nothing, they're not warm. That's the other thing that's bizarre. Mm-hmm. You could say no salt, you could say extra salt. It is the coldest,
you're making me want to go
blandest
get some fries.
In-N-Out. Maybe we can go. I know what you want. You want some more of those chili cheese tater tots.
Those were incredible. I was so mad.
We went to Sonic for the first time, and we went with my cousin Jeremiah and his wife Courtney. And I introduced Lauren. Whoa.
Ooh, y'all saw that, right?
I'm usually saying my wife, my love, my dear,
right?
My beauty. We went to Sonic for Lauren's first time, and I introduced her to the most bizarre menu. It's like you're going to the state fair.
Yeah.
But we had some chili cheese tater tots, and the presentation was probably a 0 out of 10, but the food was 10 out of 10. Well, anyways, what was your least favorite fry?
Burger King.
Yeah, they're kind of hand in hand with Wendy's. It's darn near impossible.
And even though we already did our list, I don't see what the big hype about Whataburger is.
Whataburger is good. If you closed your eyes, you would think you were eating the exact same meal from Whataburger and Burger King.
What's I'm not.
And I can also say this. Whataburger, I do think it's decent. Why am I waiting 18 minutes in a fast food line? Every time you go to Whataburger, you are waiting. You are continuing to wait, and you will wait even longer. And after that, you'll wait a little longer. And I just ordered a burger and fries.
Yeah, it's not that great.
It could be noon, 2 p.m., 1 a.m. because they're open 24 hours. You're waiting.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I'm not into it.
Well, what do you think, babe? We're an hour deep.
We honestly, let's just call this our obsession with food episode.
Our obsession with food. And do you have anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I want to know your guys' list of fries and...
I like that.
Yeah. Tell us maybe your top, the worst one, and then the best one. You don't have to have like a whole list like us, but I'm curious to see.
Or make a list. You know I like lists. Make a top 3 and a bottom 3.
I know. You and your list.
But no, I just wanted to give a shout out to those who have subscribed. Our YouTube numbers have been going up, and that puts
exciting.
a pep in my step. So if you haven't and you are listening, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on our Apple podcast, our Spotify 5-star, our podcast apps, and leave us a review on those apps. We really appreciate it. Anything else, my dear, my love, Lauren?
I don't know if anybody has said it yet, or maybe they have and you haven't told me, but if you guys do want to know about the labor and delivery things, let me know, because I don't want to just put it on here if you're like, ooh, that's too intimate, that's too much, whatever. Obviously, you're not going to see all the, nitty gritty, the gore. You're so silly.
We'll keep it PG.
But just, the journey and all that. Yeah. Let me know.
Well, yeah. Today was a good episode, I think. We laughed, we cried, and
now I'm hungry.
I was going to say I'm hungry. Someone's probably eating a fry right now while they listen.
Man.
Comment what fry you're eating right now, and we'll comment back.
Yeah, and then tell us if there's anything that you want us to talk about, if anything you guys want to know about us. And yeah. All right, bye.